All right, gentlemen. So we are going to work on, that was supposed to be my title. So chapter 1, rates, ratios, and proportional reasoning. We kind of saw this word a little bit in our other class. Still the same thing. So we're kind of going to talk about it a little bit again, but you should already know how to do it. So lesson number 1, rates. What is a rate? Let me backtrack. So we are going to, anything that you see typed, you need to write down on your piece of paper. That's going to be your title, like what we do on the board. My black will be your directions, definitions, and problems color. So whatever color you choose to do that, it's going to just be my typing. And then I'll tell you, explanation will just really be used for our definition, used for our explanation. It's been a long day. And then we'll pick a color for math, and I'll try and stick with it. So I'll let you know when we do that. So what is a rate? A rate is a ratio that compares two quantities with different kinds of units. And a unit is like a label, so feet, inches, miles, time, something to that extent. So this would be a good opportunity. Pause video, write that down, and in your highlighty color, whatever color you choose, I'm going to say it's blue. My explanation color, underline your rate. And I'll pick red to be my math. So what is an example? We talk about words per minute. We have miles per gallon. We have frames per second. Ooh. We have, well, technically that's a rate. I don't like that one though. I'm trying to do with like your Fortnite games, but I'm not gonna write it out. We know what it means. All those different types of things. Again, I'm not a fan of this one, so I'm gonna erase it. So what is a unit rate? A unit rate is when a rate is simplified so that the denominator has a unit of 1. So this looks like number of miles over an hour, so miles per hour. We kind of talked about that already. We abbreviate it as MI per hour or MPH, and that's what we call our average speed. So when you see your car, I said my exclamation color is blue. So like your 65 would be your miles per hour. Your average speed is 65. Number of miles per gallon, MPGs. I think my car has been getting about 33. So that every mile, I get about 33 miles for every gallon. Price per pound. So when you go and buy a case of ginger ale for $6 and you're trying to figure out how much is each can. So your pop. What else can you get in large quantity? So you're getting a pack of gum. You can figure out how much it is per each stick of gum. You know, you want to be able to determine this stuff because you want to be able to figure out what's a better purchase. Would you rather buy this brand or would you rather buy that brand? And you can do that simply by just taking the amount of dollars divided by whatever it is. So you take your, $6 I think I said for your pop divided by 12 or 24 depending on what size you get, and I'll tell you price per can. All right, first problem. I did get this from the book. Don't ask me exactly how to say this if I'm saying it right. I'm really terrible at names, as you all already know, so bear with me. Adrena, that's not where I'm at. Adrena biked for 24 miles in 4 hours. If she biked at a constant speed, how many miles did she bike in 1 hour? So I said math was red. So it wants to know miles, and then hours. So miles came first. So miles goes on top for my hours. So we did 24 in 4. And this looks like a fraction because it is a fraction. Fractions are just simply division problems, and sometimes we can simplify them and sometimes not. So we get our handy dandy calculator, and yes, that's a calculator on the phone. I'm going to take my 24 divided by 4 because we all know these, which we should, and if you didn't already have 6, great, we're double checking. And she did 6 miles in 1 hour. All right, let's talk about these next two. Unit rates, find the nearest hundredth if necessary. So that would be like finding pennies or, yeah. I don't think we do that for this one. So as it doesn't explicitly state it, whenever you're given a price per something, in this case hours, you always do the price on top. It's price per the item. Or thing. It's not the easiest to write on this touchscreen, by the way. So we're going to take 300 divided by 6. And we know that 30 divided by 6 is 5, so my answer theoretically should be 50. But we know it's late, and we're going to double check. So $50 per hour. And you're probably like, well, what did we do with this $50 per hour? Maybe that's how much you made. Maybe that's the price of renting a bouncy house. Who knows? 220 miles on 8 gallons. Again, since my miles came first, my miles goes on top, and then gallons came second, so gallons goes on bottom. So 220 divided by 8. And that gives me 27. Ooh. 27.5 miles per gallon. Find the unit price if it costs $2 for 8 juice boxes. So unit price will always, always, always go price over the item. So in this case, my $2 over my 8. And I know I can reduce this down to 1/4, correct? Well, I want to know the amount of 1. So currently this is telling me that I have, I'm going to type in my blue because my handwriting is really atrocious. So make blue. So right now we know it costs $1 for 4 boxes, but I want to know the amount for 1 box. So we've determined that so far. Now the way we can determine the price per box when this doesn't fully reduce with a 1 on the denominator is essentially my answer is the fraction. So 1/4. Okay, think of money for a second because this is a dollar. What 4 things make up $1? Or it's a dollar divided by 4. Well, we know a dollar is also equal to 100 pennies, correct? And I want to split that 4 evenly ways, which is 25. So each juice box costs 25 cents. And the unit price if a 4-pack of mixed fruit sells for $2.12. So again, we have price over the item. So I have 212 over 4. And off the top of my head, I can't divide this, so I'm just going to go ahead and divide it in my calculator. So 53 cents. The prices of 3 different bags of dog food are given on the table. Which side of bag has the lowest price per pound rounded to the nearest cent? So what we need to do is we need to find the price per pound for each one. So I'm going to say this is bag 1, this is bag 2, and this is bag 3. So for 1, I need the price per, lowest price per pound, correct? This is right here, price per pound. So I'm going to start with my $49 divided by 40. And again, I don't know this one off the top of my head, so I'm going to grab a handy dandy calculator. And I get I'm going to do this again so you can see it. I get 1.225. Well, it tells me in my directions the nearest cent or the nearest penny. So I need 2, 3. So $1.23 per pound. All right, let's do dog number 2. Again, price, which is $23.44, divided by the pounds, which is 20. Oh, I don't know this one off my head, so let's grab a calculator. And again, I'm going to have to round. And in this case, I'm going to keep it down because 2 smaller than 5. So $1.17 per pound. And I'm running out of space. And the third one, I have $9.88 divided by 8. No, I don't know that one. So let's get a calculator. Check it out. Gives me $1.24 per pound. Ooh, we did a lot of math. Okay, but did we answer the question? Let's go back and look. Which size bag has the lowest price per pound? So I need to determine which bag is going to be the cheapest. And we already are talking about them in terms of pounds. So which one is cost less? Well, we have $1.23, we have $1.17, and we have $1.24. Which one of those is the smallest? Right, that second one. So my answer is I'm going to buy the 40-pound bag. Correct, that was 40 pound. No, 20, excuse me, 20 pound. I'm going to buy the 20-pound bag. Actually, here, we're going to make this way easy for me because I can't handwrite. The 20-pound bag is the cheapest at, what did I say the price was? $1.17 per pound. Bam. All right, next one. Tito wants to buy some peanut butter to donate to the local food pantry. Tito wants to buy as much peanut butter as possible. Which brand should he buy? I want you guys to try this one on your own. You can work together, the 3 of you, but you need to pause the video, do all your work, and then come back and check which one's the best. And go. You should get grandma's. If you don't agree with me, call me over. We'll have a chit chat. All right, Lexi painted 2 faces in 8 minutes at the crafts fair. At this rate, how many faces can she paint in 40 minutes? Now, typically, when I'm looking at these problems, my beginning time and my ending time don't really match up. It kind of does in this case, but 90% of the time it doesn't. So we're going to practice it as if it didn't. So I'm going to take my two, she wants to know faces per minute. So I'm going to take my 2 faces over 8 minutes, and I'm going to reduce that down. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Next, I want to know how many she can paint in 40 minutes, and that's going to be a multiplier, so I know that, so I want to do something times 1/4 is going to be equal to 40 over my question mark. All right, well, let's be smart, logical thinking human beings here. 4 times what number gave me to 40? That number should be 10. 4 times 10 is 40. So what I do on the bottom, I also have to do on the top. So what is that multiplication? What is 1 times 10? Good, it's 10. So in 10 minutes, or excuse me, in 40 minutes, you can paint 10 faces. Woohoo! Okay, I have your homework. I will give it to you on a piece of paper. Let me know when you're done. Okay, bye.